All right, folks, here we are on a Friday, back at the Nest. Pinole Valley came over today to join us. Jason Tatro brought his squad over. They're having a very good season, 10-4. Girls are dancing over there in the dugout, feeling very loose. Second team is in second place in their conference. Watched them warm up. All this team did in warm-ups was swing the bat. So I would expect them to come out and be swinging heavy. Ava Lee in the circle today. Krista Sasso, senior, doing the catching. Lineup remains the same from what I understand from Coach Lynette. Leah Grovlin will make the start today in left field. Melissa Faraday running a little behind. Legendary Coach Don Smith and Coach Tatro meeting with the umpires right now around home plate. We're moments from getting away. Chris Lee will join me to my left today as the scoreboard operator. Of course, executive producer Pat, good to see you again as always. Thank you again for your efforts here, making this happen for our girls. Of course, for those of you who were not listening or watching or in attendance on Wednesday, we are still flying high here on the Nest as the Lady Hawks did something that hasn't been done in this program in the better part of 6 years as they stepped up and, I'm sorry, Coach Don, what was that?
You're going to see a little switcheroo in there. Right. Number 19 is in the right field.
Gotcha.
Field.
Gotcha. Grovlin. Gotcha. One. Ladies and gentlemen, your Lady Hawks. Put your hands together. We'd like to welcome Pinole Valley Coach Jason Tatro, bringing his squad over from Pinole Valley for this non-conference matchup today on a Friday. In the circle today for the Lady Hawks, junior captain number 10, Ava Lee, doing the catching. Senior Krista Sasso over at third base. Senior captain Elisa Cobb. Zoe Pletcher, captain, playing shortstop. Senior Annika Harris over at second base. Senior captain Eden Clark playing first base. Leah Grovlin will be in left field today. Starting in center field, senior Hazel Walsh. Over in right field will be sophomore Delphine McGrain. Ooh, somebody looks like they're in rhythm already. Ava Lee stepping in today, taking on what appears to be a really good Pinole Valley team, as I mentioned, currently second in their conference, 10-4 overall, 5-2 in the conference. Little crisp out here at the Nest today. Clouds are starting to roll in. Breeze goes anyway but loose. Mount Tam looking as delicious as usual as Ava finishes up her practice tosses here. Sasso will throw it down, and we are 1 or 2 minutes away from game time. Jeremy Grovlin back on location.
Coach Jeremy's birthday tonight.
I'm sorry?
It's Coach Jeremy's birthday.
Jeremy Grovlin celebrating a birthday today as he eclipses sometime, I'm going to guess somewhere still in his late 30s. Celebrating a birthday today. Stepping in is, we will tell you. Leading off for Pinole Valley, Ella Ornelas. So we're moments away from getting started here. Ava Lee on the bump, coming in. Good fastball comes in on the inside corner, looked at by Ornelas for strike one. We are off and running at the Nest. Lady Hawks spirited per the norm up on the fence. Same thing for Pinole Valley. Looking forward to this one, ladies and gentlemen. Good fastball, just missed down in the zone on the inside corner. Lee looking good early. That ball comes in, just missed, hitting the Lady Spartan leadoff hitter, Ella Ornelas. Quickly 2 balls and a strike to Ornelas. Good fastball in the inside corner there from Lee. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes as we are just getting started here at the nest. Ball's popped down the foul line towards the dugout. Lee pursues. It goes into the Pinole Valley dugout. So the first time I've seen Pinole Valley come in and play here in the 4 years I've been in the program. That ball shot straight up in the air. Harris getting underneath it, grabs it behind first base for the first out of the inning. Now hitting for Pinole Valley, pitcher Mackenzie Ortega.
No. You got it, thanks. Cold.
Ortega takes a big cut at a fastball up in the zone, fouls it straight back for strike one. Coach Jason Tatro over in the third base box for Lady Pinole. Good fastball in the outside corner from Lee, up, no balls and 2 strikes. In my pregame conversation with Coach Tatro, he pointed out sadly he lost his leadoff hitter and starting center fielder about 3 games ago, and it's had a big impact on his team since. They're trying to rebound here. He'll get no breaks in the action as he looks at junior sensation Ava Lee in the circle today, one of the conference's real up-and-coming pitchers, one of the best players you'll see in the conference, making, I don't know, probably her 6th, 7th, maybe 8th start of the season. Trying to paint on the bottom part of the zone. That ball also, like the last one, skids across home plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the number 2 hitter, Mackenzie Ortega. Ball smoked down the left field line, just foul as it skirted the bag as it shot past Cobb. Out there towards Leah Groveland, making her first start of the season for the Lady Hawks.
Tony, do we know where they are in their standings?
They are second in what they call the Rock Conference. That's pretty awesome. Tri-Rock Conference. I think they're 5-2 or 6-2 in the conference. They played San Rafael tight, lost 3-0 to San Rafael. Lee tries to go upstairs. Good layoff there from Mackenzie Ortega. The count has gone full. Good off-speed pitch there from Ava. Fly ball out to center field. Walsh got a good jump on it, came in, caught it in shallow left center field for the second out of the inning. Hitting for Pinole Valley, shortstop, Ayla Serrano. Pink sleeve Serrano steps into the left side, swings at a fastball from Ava Lee, fouls it straight back. She's got all the gear. Left hand, left arm, pink sleeve, pink gloves, sliding gloves in her back pocket. Good looking cut, travel ball helmet. Ava looking to stay down in the zone. That one missed on the outside corner, ball 1. Fastball misses on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike to Ayla Serrano. Leads their team in hitting, are you ready for this, folks? North of 650. That ball shot up. Pletcher, a little bit of a late jump on it, but gets to the top of the circle behind Ava and makes a basket catch for the third out of the inning. So a good start there for Ava Lee as she goes 1-2-3. Hawks fly back in to their own dugout, look to get it busy early and see if they can get some runs going.
Are you looking on your laptop? Bring it down a bit. Yeah, I'd say that's...
No runs, no hits, no errors as we head to the bottom of the first inning. It is 0-0 in the circle today for Pinole Valley, number 18, Mackenzie Ortega doing the catching, number 28, Avery Phillips. Quick shout out to Coach Monica making her way over to the first base box. Monica in charge of the official scorebook. Also a debut coach this season under Lynette Ingloff in her first season as a head coach with Hall of Fame coach Don Smith. As you've heard me say repeatedly, I'm speaking very highly of this coaching staff that has turned this program around. This team won 3 or 4 games all season last year and 1 in the conference. They currently sit locked into the 5th spot in the MCAL conference. Top 6 teams get into the playoffs. The playoffs do look imminent right now for Tamalpais as they finish up a real good week here after an exhilarating 1-0 win over Redwood here on Wednesday. Serrano finishing up her practice throws. Ortega throws it down. Leading off for your Lady Hawks, playing second base, number 15, Annika Harris. So the Spartans of Pinole Valley will meet in the circle, start the game. Apparently talk some deep strategy here. Like what I've seen so far in this team that wears an interesting combination of what appears to be either a black or a dark navy with yellow and a royal blue sock. Reminds me something near Appalachian State beating Michigan in the late 80s. Pinstripes too, now that we get a closer look on their catcher. All of this is called filler. Annika Harris in the box now. We're about ready to go in the bottom of the first inning here. Ortega throws a good fastball. Harris strikes it towards second base. It's fielded nicely by the second baseman. Thrown over to first quickly for the first out of the inning. Now hitting for the Lady Hawks, captain number 1. She's our shortstop, Zoe Pletcher. So in steps Pletcher, who got the rally going in the 6th inning on Wednesday with an infield single on a ball she hit to Gia Myers over at short and just turned on the gas and flat out beat it out, and then scored all the way from first on a stand-up double from Eden Clark, the game's only run. Eden came out top of the 7th inning, shut down the Giants of Redwood for the biggest win this program has seen in at least 6, 7, maybe 8 years. Pletcher swung through pitch number 1 there from Ortega. That ball misses. Zoe working on her slap style, reading the defense as Chris Lee implores her to do regularly. The left fielder playing much deeper than a coach would want with a slap style hitter like Zoe. One of the conference's best small ball players here at the plate. That ball way up over Zoe's head for 2 balls and a strike. Ortega trying to find her rhythm here as she gets started, moving dirt all around in front of the rubber. Looks like a good catcher behind the plate in number 28, Avery Phillips. So he looks at a fastball down for 3 balls and 1 strike. We're still just getting started here at the nest. Big holes in the gaps I can see in the outfield. Pletcher looks at that ball on the outside corner for ball 4. Now hitting captain number 9, Eden Clark. So here comes Eden Clark playing first base today. Again, as I mentioned, after throwing a complete game shutout and having the only RBI of the game, came in the 6th inning on a double that went all the way to the right field fence to score Pletcher from first. That ball misses down and in. That's 4 in a row from Ortega. That ball up. Now 2 balls and no strikes to Clark. Junior pitcher Ava Lee in the on-deck circle for the Lady Hawks. Hall of Fame coach Don Smith over in the third base box where you'll find him regularly. Eden waiting for her pitch. That ball must have just been a little up, maybe in. Good fastball there from Ortega, laid off by Clark. It's quickly 3 balls and no strikes. I don't know about you, Pat. I'm saying green light in a non-conference game like this to get some things going. Right? There you have it. Big cut. Maybe Ortega there on 3-0. Maybe it took a little bit off that pitch. Eden up in front of it. It's now 3 balls and a strike to the senior captain. Ball smoked dead center field. Gets by the shortstop for a single for Eden Clark. And quickly the Hawks have something going here in the top of the 1st inning. Now hitting for the Lady Hawks, junior captain and pitcher number 10, Ava Lee. Quick shout out to the Snack Shack, which we will do often. Pre-game hot dogs for executive producer Pat Terry and I, courtesy of Lydia Cobb, Elisa Cobb's mother, somebody I probably know too. This is Ava Lee in the box, owner of the most devastating practice swing you'll ever see a lady softball player take. If she can put that swing onto a ball in movement, we're talking extra bases immediately. There it is. That ball is jacked deep to left field. It goes up against the fence. Pletcher will come in and score easily. Clark turns the corner nicely at second and moves over to third on a stand-up double from Ava Lee. And quickly the Hawks are on the board with their first run right away. Now hitting for the Lady Hawks, senior captain number 8, Elisa Cobb. So Ava Lee wasting no time at all, getting a fastball up in the zone and just destroyed it over the left fielder's head as it went up against the wall for a stand-up double. In to run for Lee, sophomore number 16, Evan Terry. So in comes the speedy Evan Terry for the courtesy runner, which is available to all pitchers and catchers in ladies softball. Elisa Cobb here with an opportunity to pick up a couple of RBIs early in this game as the Hawks have come out swinging. Home plate umpire making the changes on his card. In steps Elisa Ortega to the bump. Lisa looks at a fastball in the outside corner, missed for ball 1.
Let's go, Elisa.
Ortega looking into the dugout. Throws a fastball. Ball's jacked up into Audie Alley. Bullets getting dodged. Ooh.
I think we got 2 in one.
Yeah,
swing.
2 swings. Let's turn that into a double, but let's get a double in between the lines, shall we? 1-1 to Cobb as she stands in. Had a good cut at a fastball there. Elisa choked up a little bit. Ortega looking at her wrist. That ball on the outside. Oh, outside corner. Home plate umpire calls that a strike as Lisa lets it go by. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cobb here with 1 out. 2 runners on. Pinch runner Terry at second. Eden Clark at third. Senior Hazel Walsh in the on-deck circle for the Lady Hawks. Cobb again, big cut on a fastball up in the zone. Seems to be seeing that pitch pretty well. Haven't seen really anything off speed yet from Ortega. It's more just been fastballs and trying to spot the fastball. Ball in the outside corner. Cobb lets it go. Patient. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That ball way up in the zone. Cobb doing a good job of laying off that. Making Ortega work here in the bottom of the first inning. Already has thrown a lot of pitches. It's full to Cobb with 1 out. Hawks up early, 1-0. Cobb lets that ball go on the outside corner, decides not to offer it, and gets rung up looking for the second out of the inning. Now hitting for the Lady Hawks, senior Hazel Walsh. Cobb maybe giving some insight on what's coming to Hazel. Hazel been having some really good at-bats lately, looking to get broken out here. Ortega delivers a fastball up in the zone. Hazel takes a big cut at it, swings over the top of it. It's quickly no balls and a strike to the senior center fielder. As we play live MCAL softball here at the Nest in Mill Valley, California. Hazel lays off that fastball up and away. Ortega, again, trying to spot pitches in, out, up, down. Pretty impressive pitcher so far from what I've seen.
Here you go, Hazel. Put that on a girl.
Good pitch there from Ortega. A little extra zip on it, maybe getting into a little bit more of a rhythm or a groove. Walsh took a big cut at that. It's now a ball and 2 strikes to Hazel. Same pitch, same location. This time Walsh, after having seen a couple up in the zone, lets that one go. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hazel's dad, William Walsh, over to my left, collecting one of the last. There's only a few at-bats left for some of these girls, and Hazel is one of them. Lets that pitch go on the outside corner. Patient, fills the count. Be nice to see the Lady Hawks, Pat, see if they can pick up another one here. You'd hate to have to end it with just 1. Yeah, with an out. Ball on the inside corner. Good pitch there by Ortega, looked at. So Ortega sends Cobb and Hazel Walsh back to the bench looking, and gets out of that inning with only 1 run scored. We'll go to the top of the second inning. It's 1-0 Lady Hawks. Couple hits, a run. We'll go to the top of the second inning. It's 1-0 Lady Hawks. Real quick, everybody in attendance, thank you for joining us. Over my shoulder is a big blue box. That's our snack shack. There are hot dogs available today. Plenty of things to put in your mouth and drink. Please stop by, support the Lady Hawks. We thank the TAM boosters for an opportunity to have a snack shack and what they do for the program. Again, we thank Pinole Valley for coming out and meeting up with us in this non-conference affair. Enjoy the game. Big hit. I didn't see it land. Did it land just short of the wall, or did it hit the wall?
It's like a one on the ball.
Yeah. I'm sure you can hear it. Can you hear Pinole Valley's music in your headset?
I'm not sure where that's coming from.
I think it's coming out of their dugout, which is cool.
Party in the dugout.
Right?
There's a party in the dugout.
Hitting for Pinole Valley, catcher number 28, Avery Phillips.
I was on that side of the dugout when we did, so I saw that.
Ava Lee, riser on the outside corner. Little grin, little smile. I think she spotted that pitch perfectly. Phillips, the catcher from Pinole Valley, took a look at it for strike one. Comes right back with another riser. This one on the inside corner with a little bit more juice on it. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. One thing about Ava Lee, she'll throw that riser at about 2 or 3 different speeds, and then it's all about location from there. At times she tries to get Phillips to swing at a ball way out of the zone. Ball floats up and away. Sasso steps out to grab it. A ball and 2 strikes to Avery Phillips. That ball swung at hard by Phillips for strike 3. Quickly, there's an out here to Pinole Valley. Hitting for Pinole Valley, left fielder number 8, Katie Gonzalez. So Lee wasting no time, 4 pitches on that batter and a strikeout. Comes right back on the inside corner. Sasso does a good job of holding it there for the umpire to see. Really good pitch there from Ava Lee as she is in, out, up, down, pounding and painting all over the place. Quickly, no balls and a strike to the Spartan left fielder. That one just slid across the plate for ball 1. That ball misses down and in. Good pitch there from Ava Lee off of the foot of Katie Gonzalez. She hit that ball hard. It got all the way out to Cobb at third base in a hurry, and you can see her. She is limping gingerly. Needs a little bit after that one. She drilled that ball right into her shin. No rest for the wicked as it's 2-2 back in Ava Lee, back on the bump. No time's a wasting. Looking for Sasso to reload the signs. Good fastball on the inside corner. Must have just been a little bit low. So Lee going full here to the number 5 hitter from Pinole Valley, Gonzalez. That ball is cracked down the left field line and foul. Gonzalez way out in front of that pitch on the inside corner. Little off-speed pitch there, little riser from Ava Lee. Gonzalez out in front of that, just gets a piece of it, fouls it back. Lee back on the bump and now into the wind. That ball slipped out of her hand. It looked like went into the dirt for ball 4. Hitting for Pinole Valley, number 32, playing first base, Jalissa Elliott. Good fastball right down the middle there from Ava Lee to get ahead. The Lady Spartan first baseman, Jalissa Elliott, stepping in. Another good pitch there from Ava Lee, this time down and on the inside corner. Continues to spot moving pitches all over, using everything in her bag so far. Very effectively, looks pretty locked in. No balls and 2 strikes here. Good rise ball in the outside corner. Easy pitch for her to throw. Gets the swinging strikeout for the second out of the inning. Hitting now for Pinole Valley Watkins. So in steps the second baseman Watkins for Pinole Valley. That ball down in the dirt for ball 1. No movement from the runner over at first base. As we play here, top of 2, 1-0 Lady Hawks. Lee keeps the ball down again, this time on the outside corner and a little low for 2 balls and no strikes. That ball roped over towards Eden Clark, snares it out of midair for the 3rd out of the inning. And again, Ava Lee comes out and throws, I'm guessing, 75% of her pitches for strikes. Mows the Lady Spartans down again. Lady Hawks flying back into the dugout, looking to pick up some more runs. Executive producer Pat Terry to my right. Let me see how you sound, Pat. You've been pretty dim so far. What you been working on?
Check.
That's a lot better. Yeah, it's good to hear you. I was not really catching you.
That last foul ball, I think, knocked some sense into the microphone.
That'll work. Well, I'll tell you what, I thought it was going to be a lot bitier. Maybe it's just temporary, but a heck of a day at the Nest. We've been on a good run here over at the Nest, getting a lot of games. We're still undefeated, and of course, the adrenaline is still running through me. I don't think I've slept since the Lady Hawks beat Redwood on Wednesday night.
It was like a dream. Redwood came in here in all white, wearing their home unis at our home. We were in white. It was almost it
was gross. Let's just say it. It was terrible. And look, I'm not going to stop talking about it. And thank you, Pat, for bringing it up. It's I've been around youth sports a lot. My daughter plays 2 sports as a multi-sport athlete in high school, just like yours, Pat. And so I know she's been playing sports in Marin County for many years as well. And of course I was a 4-sport athlete and played everything and anything you could imagine every day of my life as a youth. And I've seen some underhanded stuff. I've seen some Bush League things. I've seen coaches try to get into the heads of teams and players. And I just don't recall ever seeing something so blatantly Bush League in my life than showing up to a team's home field in your home whites.
Well, there's a thing called karma, which in the 7th inning,
yes,
showed up.
As Pat so eloquently pointed out and reminded me into a text, that God loves baseball, and disrespecting it can result in things happening against you. And it was all captured on live TAM TV, which, for those of you wondering, that game is still available on tamtv.com. Go and look for past game streams, and you can catch it. One of the best softball games I've really ever seen. Really is.
Yeah, classic pitchers duel.
Yeah.
Into the 7th inning, and a fantastic result.
Hitting for the Lady Hawks, sophomore number 19, Leah Grovlin. So happy to report Leah Grovlin in today, playing left field, hitting in the left side of the box. Outside corner for a fastball by Ortega. Good to get a look here at Leah Grovlin, who will become a significant part of this program. She already is now. I've heard through the grapevine her contributions at practice are enormous. She's always ready to go. That ball popped down the third base line off of the glove of the third baseman, falls into foul territory for no balls and 2 strikes. Getting back to Grovlin. Groveland is a pitcher, hasn't pitched yet on this team, and that's understandable with two of the best pitchers in the conference, in Ava Lee and Eden Clark. But Leah Groveland's going to be a player in this program. Ball on the outside corner, showing good discipline, does not offer at that pitch. A lot of people here pulling for Leah Groveland. I know Pat sitting to my right who's coached Leah before with his daughter Evan. This is an easy player to root for, folks. Fighting and grinding that pitch up and probably a little bit out of the zone. Leah saw it, took a look at it, fouled it back.
Sorry, Tony. I was going to say Leah has natural movement on her ball, on her fastball.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think she could be quite the pitcher next season.
Oh, I would expect her to be making probably half the starts. The same way it is this season with two horses, and one of them graduating this year. That ball swung through by Groveland, just got a piece of it, really up here battling. Yeah, and guess what, Pat? I'll be here to take a look at this squad next year and see what it looks like with Groveland in the circle.
Well, we hope you're here in the booth next year, Tony.
Me too. Groveland grounding that ball hard to the third baseman who was playing her up. Throws it over the first baseman's head. Groveland with a heads-up turn takes it into second base. So Leah making the defense execute, shoots the ball over to the third baseman who makes a nice play on it and throws it over the head of her first baseman. Now hitting for your Lady Hawks, senior catcher, Krista Sasso. So in steps Sasso to hit. Sasso hitting in the 8th spot. Up until just 2 games ago, Krista had not swung at a first pitch yet. Now she's done it 3 out of her last 4 at-bats, including this one as well. That cut is starting to get better, Pat. She's really starting to get her arms extended. I'm waiting. Hopefully we get an opportunity. If Krista catches a ball up in the zone and gets a little backspin on it and those hips fire.
Well, she hit a rocket the other night.
Oh, man.
If she can connect, she's got the power.
Phil told me he saw vapor trails in his dreams of that hit.
Are you speaking about Phil Sasso?
Yeah, Hall of Fame scoreboard operator. Yeah. Thank you again to Chris Lee sitting in for Mr. Sasso, whose son is locked up in a baseball matchup a couple hundred yards to our left. Redwood came. I'll bet the Redwood boys aren't wearing white over there. No balls and a strike to Krista Sasso. Ball at the bottom of the zone. Good pitch there from Ortega. It's quickly a ball and 2 strikes to Krista. That ball's grounded to Ortega at the circle, makes no hesitation. Good base running from Groveland, who immediately goes over to third base. Now hitting for the Lady Hawks and playing right field, sophomore Delphine McGrain.
Go, Delphine.
So Groveland immediately moving over to third on the fielder's choice by Krista. Hawks have another opportunity to put a run on the board. McGrain, after getting off to a real good start this season, is a little bit overdue. She's due to put the bat on the ball and to hit the ball hard. Takes a good look at a fastball in the outside corner, nods her head, acknowledges that the umpire made a good call. And I'm guessing right now, after seeing that fastball, maybe a little bit of salvation going on here after looking at Stella Bellamini throwing gas at you all day the other day. That time McGrain just about offered at it, decided to hold off. Ball in the outside corner, called for a strike. Quickly McGrain down, no balls and 2 strikes as we play live here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. It's 1-0 Lady Hawks. Ortega trying to live on that outside corner. Maybe it threw her first off-speed pitch of the game there. It drifted out of the zone. McGrain took a good look at it. It's now a ball and 2 strikes. They call her Dell, as you can hear from the fans behind me. McGrain showing good discipline. Ortega trying to live on that outside corner. That ball missed, evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the sophomore right fielder, Delphine McGrain. It's a good softball name, Del McGrain. Dell fighting and battling, knuckles that ball off the handle towards the TAM dugout, staying alive. Ortega still trying to find her comfort zone at the front of the circle, continues to dig holes that Ava will then fill. Chris, you ever seen this pitcher Ortega before?
We have not come across her.
No? Okay.
Just discovered that they will be in the same tournament.
Oh, McGrain, as ordered, smashes a ball right by the third baseman for a solid single. So McGrain getting healthy. Now hitting for the Lady Hawks, senior Annika Harris. So way to go, Dell. Brings in her counterpart, Leah Groveland, scoring a run after advancing on the fielder's choice. RBI for McGrain on the single. 2-0 Lady Hawks. Harris now at the plate. Harris looks at a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. That ball was a blur as it went flying into left field. That ball's grounded to the third baseman, who picks it up, quickly fires it over to first base, retires Harris. McGrain down to second on the fielder's choice. 2 outs now for the Lady Hawks.
Let's go, Zoe.
Now hitting for the Lady Hawks, captain, shortstop, Zoe Pletcher. So in steps Zoe Pletcher. McGrain at second. 2 runs on the board for the Lady Hawks. Zoe swinging at a first pitch fastball up in the zone, getting a piece of it. Pinole Valley catcher Avery Phillips off of her glove. No balls and a strike. Pletcher unusually swinging through a pitch there. Ortega continuing to work the outside corner on every hitter she's seen so far. Ball up and away. Pletcher taking a little bit extra time as she gathers herself here before she steps in. Looking to make contact, get the ball in the dirt out in front of home plate. Ortega steps off. We have a mix-up on the signs. Got a triangle here. Their coach, Jason Tatro, into Phillips behind the plate, out to Ortega, who then goes to the wrist. Whatever happened to 1, 2, 3? Pletcher swings over the top of a fastball and is struck out there by Ortega as that retires the Lady Hawks in the bottom of the second inning. Sit tight. We'll be right back at the nest. So the Lady Hawks get a little production out of the bottom of the lineup as Leah Groveland gets on an error and moves around the bases on a couple of fielders' choices, and Delphine McGrain smashed a single number 9 hitter to right field to put the second run on the board. And Harris grounded out, and Pletcher subsequently struck out, and that put Ava Lee back in the circle. One hit, an error, and a run. We'll go to the top of the third inning. Lady Hawks 2, Pinole Valley Spartans nothing. Those organic sounds come to you live from our executive producer, Pat Terry. Somehow Pat figured out a way. He drove by some house in Mill Valley that said free. It was an organ. And we brought it over here. We hooked it up, and those sounds in between rap music coming out of a dugout and the organic sounds. It's quite the mixture. All you need is a loudmouth like me to go with it. Hitting for the Spartans, Mariah Davidson. So here comes Ava Lee, wasting no time, pitching to the number 8 hitter, Mariah Davidson. This is when you see Lee show you just how smart of a pitcher she is. She knows she's working on the bottom of the lineup. She's going to make them hit the ball against her. That ball is tomahawked over Elisa Cobb's head. That ball was well above letter high. And Davidson did a good job of getting the bat on the ball, hit a line drive for a single over Davidson's head. Hitting for Pinole Valley, number 42, Holly White. So as mentioned before, at the bottom of the lineup, Ava Lee's not going to waste any time. Comes with a fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Pinole Valley picks up their first hit of the game. Lee again, coming right back. That ball's fouled straight up into the screen. It's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. This is Holly White. I called her Haley. Holly White takes a swing at a... What do you think, Chris? Was that a curveball? Curveball in the outside corner. Beautiful pitch. Back to the top for Pinole Valley. Right fielder Ella Ornelas. Pitch down and in. Sasso dug it out of the dirt, fires it down to first base to keep the runner honest. A ball and a strike to the leadoff hitter. Good off-speed pitch there from Lee. Fouled back by Ornelas. Quickly a ball and a strike. In case you didn't hear, Chris, the answer to my question about whether or not that was a curveball was that was definitely a curveball. And a darn good one, too, on the outside corner. That ball's hammered foul up and over the Hawk dugout. Ava took a little bit off that. Ornella's way out in front of it. As wished, a ball and 2 strikes. Again, Lee out in front of virtually every hitter. She's gone full to one hitter, and that's it. Ooh, good fastball on the outside corner. Looked at by Ornelas for strike 3. Lee comes right back with gas on the outside corner to freeze Ornelas. Hitting for the Spartans, pitcher Mackenzie Ortega. So in comes the Pinole Valley pitcher, Ortega. 2 outs here for Ava Lee. Lee keeping the ball down, just missed as that ball came across the plate a little low for ball 1. That ball hammered deep to center. Hazel underneath it in center. Makes a nice catch, retires the Lady Spartans. Another good half inning there from Ava Lee. Lady Spartans pick up one hit from their leadoff hitter in the inning, and then Ava came in, struck out 2, and got a fly ball to center to end the inning. Gotta like this. Pinole Valley brought their own music, and they're doing a good job of managing it as they give us tunes in between every inning, Pat.
Yeah, it's really nice of them to bring their own music.
Because we, let's be honest, we wouldn't like what we were hearing out of our musical crew.
Yeah, the selection was a little sparse on good songs from
Yeah.
my perspective, but I'm not hip, so.
Yeah. Neither am I, sir. Pat asked a good question in the pregame. Maybe Chris Lee can help us answer. When did rap become the predominant music in ladies softball? And I looked at Pat, I'm like, well, I've been around ladies softball now for, I don't know, probably 6 seasons, and I just don't think it was like this 6 years ago. Not that we were listening to the Osmonds, but I mean, it wasn't like it is now.
Well, it's certainly not organ music.
Different generation.
That's true. That's true. Well, I'm also one of those dads that not only was I born in a couple of generations ago.
We used to call that an old dad, but now I think the proper term is experienced dad.
Experienced dad, yeah. So Ortega's finished her warm-up pitches. Phillips fires it down. The Lady Spartans convene at the circle. Eden Clark will be stepping into the box. You'll see 3, 4, and 5 here from the Lady Hawks to get started in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's currently 2-0. The Lady Hawks have 3 hits on the board. Hitting for your Lady Hawks, senior captain number 9, Eden Clark. So in steps Eden Clark, Ortega, McKenzie still in the circle. Pitching pretty good, I'd say. Ball's jacked up in the air towards the center fielder, who takes a few steps in. Ball drops into her glove. 1 pitch, 1 out here for the Lady Hawks in the bottom of the 3rd. Now hitting for the Hawks, pitcher Ava Lee. So Lee, in her first trip, hit a nuclear bomb down the left field line that took a bounce into the fence for a stand-up double. That ball slips out of the hands of Ortega, and strangely enough, Ava dodges a bullet as she stepped on the ball and did not roll her ankle. Thank goodness. 1 ball and no strikes here to Lee. Lee looks at that ball as it drifts up and away. It's quickly 2 balls and no strikes to the Lady Hawk pitcher, Ava Lee. Lee takes a big cut at a fastball. Just missed. All over that. That ball fouled straight back. Her dad imploring her to stay inside the ball. I'll join him in those chants. Stays with that pitch out in front of it. Ortega threw an off-speed pitch there. Ava tried to hold it as long as she could and just ripped the ball dead foul down the left field line. So count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lee with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning at the Nest. That ball way up in the zone. Full count now to Ava. I could watch Ava Lee take practice swings all day. Ava with a big cut into Audie Alley. Oh, and bullets get dodged somehow. That one had second or third tier action written on it. A couple of families pulled in and said, we're okay here, aren't we? Well, Lee's in the game, I don't know. Lee battling up here, looking for a pitch she can drive. There it is, fouls that one straight back, getting her money's worth up here. Lee looking in. Ava in the front half of the box. Plants her hands. Hands are moving a little at all times. Off-speed pitch again, roped down the left field line in fair territory and rolls past the outfield wall in foul territory for a ground rule double. So 2 trips to the plate for Ava Lee and 2 doubles. That ball was hammered, Pat.
That was a smash out the left field.
That'll bring in Evan Terry to run again, the courtesy runner for Lee. In to run for Lee, Evan Terry. Now hitting for your Lady Hawks, number 8, Elisa Cobb. So Elisa up again with an RBI opportunity as Ava Lee slammed a ball down the left field line that went out of play. Cobb offering to bunt. Terry, no hesitation, goes for the stolen base, slides into third. Phillips, the Spartan catcher, came up and made a perfect throw to the third baseman over there to tag Terry out and wipe her from the bases. There are now 2 outs here to Cobb, who looked at that pitch for strike 1. Strike 2 to Cobb, who struck out looking in her first at-bat. Quickly down, no balls and 2 strikes. I think Terry got a pretty good jump there. Actually had pretty good speed. That was just a really good throw.
Great throw from the catcher.
Yeah.
Well, now we know.
Yeah, now we know. Cobb slaps that ball foul up and over the Pinole Valley dugout. No balls and 2 strikes to Elisa. What's that? Okay, good. Chris Lee, who's deeply entrenched in the travel ball circuit, has notified us that the catcher here is young, but does play for a big-time club somewhere here, I'm guessing in Northern California, Chris?
Would that be the San Francisco Giants?
Swung at pitch 3. Pat Terry, tongue-in-cheek, asking, does she play for the San Francisco Giants? Because she did look like it when she came up and threw that cannon down to third base. So Cobb strikes out for the second time on that pitch to retire the Lady Hawks here in the bottom of the third, who get a double from Ava Lee and then have a runner thrown out at third base trying to steal. And so Ava Lee back on the bump as we head here to the 4th inning.
Lady Hawk parents, quick heads up if you can see me. If you haven't gotten the team snap message, if you can maybe stay after the game for a few minutes. We have set the date for Little Hawks Day and Senior Night. So if you have any questions, please reach out to Ava's mom, Catherine, or Lydia, Elisa's mom. And of course, you can ask me any questions too, I guess. It's a joke.
Translate.
You have to mention the Snack Shack, too. We're under contract to mention the hot dogs at the Snack Shack.
Oh, that's right. I was going to say, by the way, any broadcast or rebroadcast of this broadcast is highly encouraged.
Well, we have international viewers. Hello, Canada.
Thank you. We'll get to those folks right away. Hitting for the Spartans, Ayla Serrano. That ball shot straight up in the air. The number 3 hitter, Pletcher, underneath it, makes the easy play. Not to be lost in there is Ava Lee making a perfect pitch on the outside corner to the best hitter for the Spartans, who took a big cut at it and hit the ball straight up into Zoe's glove. Hitting for Pinole Valley, the catcher, Avery Phillips. So as Chris Lee mentioned earlier, this is a young player who's doing the catching and plays for a big-time club. Takes a big cut at an Ava Lee fastball here. And you can see this is a young lady who is very strong. She's got to be 5'6", 5'7", and you can see the bat looks like a toothpick in her hands. It is the way she's moving the bat around. That ball's turned on, caught it out in front of home plate on an off-speed pitch there, spotted well as usual by Ava Lee. No balls and 2 strikes here to the Lady Spartan catcher, Avery Phillips.
Well, Phillips has played well behind the plate, and her arm is a cannon.
Yeah,
as we found out.
Yeah, she's definitely a good catcher, that's for sure. Good pitch there by Ava Lee, really testing the outside corner. Just missed. Heard a Sharp Hawks fan refer good spot to that. It's one of my favorite things about Ava Lee. She actually thinks about throwing pitches out of the strike zone in an effort to get the hitter to swing at it. That ball is grounded over to third baseman Elisa Cobb, who picks it up and fires it over to Eden Clark for the second out of the inning. That ball jammed Phillips. She actually hit that ball down off of the hands and hit a slow ground ball to Cobb, who scooped it up and threw it across for the second out. Now hitting Katie Gonzalez. So quickly, Ava Lee with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning comes on the inside corner with a riser, kind of an off-speed riser, as I mentioned earlier in the game. Ava throws that riser at multiple speeds, spots it in multiple areas. Quickly, no balls and a strike here. There you go. There's a riser that sort of drifted up and away. A little bit of a different speed. I'd expect a fastball here down and in to Katie Gonzalez. Instead, it's a fastball right down the middle, a challenge pitch. Gonzalez took a big cut at it, fouled it straight back. What do you think here, Chris? What's she coming with on a ball and 2 strikes to Gonzalez with 2 out, nobody on? Curveball. There it is, curveball in the outside corner, just missed. Must have been down. Really good pitch. Her dad nailed it. Really good curveball. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gonzalez as the Lady Spartans hit here in the top of the 4th with 2 out and nobody on. That pitch down and in. Fastball just missed. Only the second 3-ball count from Ava Lee here in the game. Ball fouled at the plate into the dirt. Good pitch there from Ava Lee, in on the hands of Gonzalez. You know, one thing I've noticed about Ava, Pat, is, and I really don't think I've seen a pitcher who pitches as well consistently in. She's really good when she comes in. That ball smoked down the left field line, foul. Out in front of that one is Gonzalez. She's just busting players on the hands. She doesn't have blinding velocity, but
she puts it on the corners.
Yeah.
And inside, outside, and very controlled.
Yeah. That ball again, takes a little bit more off of that. Gonzalez battling up here.
We have a quality umpire out there tonight.
Yeah.
Ava benefits from good umpiring that can call the corners.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Ooh, Ava tried to get her down and in. Good at bat there from Katie Gonzalez. Lets that one go for ball 4. Ava's first walk of the game. Hitting for the Lady Spartans, playing first base, Jalissa Elliott. So as Pat mentioned, you get a good umpire like this guy, and I agree with you. He's one of the better ones we've seen all season. We had him Wednesday when we beat the Giants. He's good. He's consistent. Ava tries to come up there, does get the call on that one. Jalissa Elliott, the 5-hitter or 6-hitter, did not like that. That ball was called for strike 1. That ball fouled straight up and over. Fan tries to make a play on it. It's quickly no balls and 2 strikes here to the first baseman for the Lady Spartans, Jalissa Elliott, with 2 outs. Katie Gonzalez, who walked, is over at first base. It's 2-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Ooh, good pitch on the inside corner. As I was just talking about, a lot of velocity on that pitch. Fastball in the inside corner, struck out Jalissa Elliott looking. It looks like Lee, as her teammates attend to her, one of 2 things I'm guessing might have just happened. Either a blister popped or a fingernail, a hangnail that you can get from a pitcher from time to time. Of course, who knows what Hall of Fame coach Don Smith has up his sleeve. He pulls out a keychain and hands it to her to solve something with your fingernail. Only Don, you know.
That's a real MacGyver maneuver by Coach Don.
Right. And that's a guy who still has a flip phone. So a good game here, Pat. You know, Lady Spartans. This team is game. There's no doubt about it. They play the game right, and
they're a good team. Yeah. They look like they have some good hitters that they just have been befuddled by Ava Lee.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it's going to be when and that's the one really nice thing the Hawks can always pretty much hang their hat on, aside from a game or 2, maybe one game by Eden kind of maybe had one little clunker maybe, and Ava had maybe one little clunker, but other than that, when you have the kind of pitching the Lady Hawks do, you find yourself in just about every game. Most teams, lady softball teams, I think you'll agree, at a high level, and varsity is about as high as you can get from anything elite in travel ball, is you got one pitcher, and that pitcher throws every game, and which, is what it is, but when you have 2 of them, and one thing is for certain, Ava Lee and Eden Clark are 2 very different pitchers.
They are, and they both can hit the zone with frequency.
Right. Yeah, they're both very deliberate, but they both have very different approaches. Lady Spartans, as they do every inning, convene in the circle. Everybody in the infield gets together. The handshake is unified. Hitting for your Lady Hawks, senior center fielder Hazel Walsh. So here we are in the bottom of the 4th. It's 2-0 Lady Hawks. The Hawks trying to get some production out of the bottom side of their lineup. This young lady, Hazel Walsh, is due. She's been swinging the bat good lately. Needs to get paid off.
Look down, Hazel. Look down.
That ball misses down and away. Just missed. A little feedback coming through here.
I think it's somewhere else. Is it
Yep. I left the microphone on, that's what it was. Rookie. So Walsh fouled that ball back. Not to count at a ball and a strike here. A ball in the inside corner.
Good pitch.
Good pitch is right. Hazel took a look at that one. Ortega with some good zip there. You can tell it's all about feel with Ortega. Moving the ball around, trying to find some rhythm. That ball smoked into the gap. Right field gap over the second baseman's head for a solid single for Hazel Walsh. Good for Hazel. That ball was crushed.
She barreled that.
Hitting for the Lady Hawks. Hitting for the Lady Hawks. Left fielder, number 19, Leah Groveland.
Yeah, right? As I always say about Hazel, a lot of experience, been playing softball for a long time. Groveland, again,
almost
up swinging the bat. Just a little bit late on that one, but squared it up, hit it foul down the third base line. Just foul. No balls and a strike to Leah Walsh, who singled to right over at first base. Catcher Krista Sasso in the on-deck circle as the Hawks try to add on here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Groveland always hacking. That ball in the outside corner, fouled straight down. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to the TAM left fielder, Leah Groveland. Quick shout out to Leah's grandparents, always up in Ontario, Canada. Just down the street from them, Aunt Monica and her husband Frank. Other grandparents in Buffalo, New York, just outside Buffalo. Shout out to Ava Lee's parents who are in attendance always. Groveland battling again, takes that pitch on the outside corner, fouls it into the screen. Leah looks good at the plate, Pat.
She's on top of it, but she has 1 hit today, I believe.
Oh, no, I think it was an error.
Her dad ruled it a hit.
Oh, well
in
then
his scorebook.
Triple?
So.
Boy, she continues to battle, spraying the ball every which way but loose down the third base line.
But she's definitely on the pitches today.
Absolutely. I like the way she handles the bat. I'm always fond of a left-handed hitter. That ball up and away. Starting to get the feeling you're going to have to throw it either over her head or behind her right now, which I like. Stay aggressive. Make this defense execute. Kudos to the Lady Hawks on the bench, never taking a moment off. This team absolutely supports itself. Again, Groveland probably, I'm going to say, the 8th pitch of the at-bat. One thing that never changes here at the Nest are the cars of our lives as they move from left to right and right to left down Miller. Groveland proves me wrong. That ball was over her head and she looked at it to knot the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Leah. Let's get some payback here, Leah. Come on. Good discipline there. Good take there by Groveland, who is very locked in here at the plate. Testament to always being ready. Came to the yard today, probably not expecting to start. Fouls another pitch straight back. Smiles aplenty. Ortega, to her credit, continues to battle. Say it again. Come on. Come on, Leah. Big cut there on a fastball down and away from Ortega. Swung through by Groveland. Really good at bat for Leah.
Hitting for the Lady Hawks, catcher Krista Sasso.
So Sasso steps in here. Sasso hits a ball over her head that falls into right field, picked up quickly by the right fielder. Walsh went back to first base thinking there was a chance that ball might be caught and gets thrown out at second base on the force, on the fielder's choice by Sasso.
That's a tough one because that should have been caught in right field.
Yes, absolutely. Kind of an in-betweener.
In to run for Sasso, Cece Razakevich.
So courtesy runner Cece Razakevich comes in for the catcher Sasso.
Hitting for the Lady Hawks, right fielder Delphine McGrain.
So in steps the 9-hitter Delphine McGrain. Kind of an unfortunate situation, I guess. I guess that was probably the second baseman's ball to catch. Probably a long way to go for both of them, I guess. Although looking where the right fielder is now, it doesn't look like she moved at all. McGrain swings at a fastball from Ortega, up and away. McGrain swinging hard at a pitch up and out of the zone. Dell, who singled hard through the left side in her last at-bat. Always aggressive at the plate. It's a strong young lady who's only going to continue to get stronger as she gets older. This is only a sophomore, folks. That ball's popped up in the air, easily fielded by the third baseman to end this inning. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. Lady Hawks 2. And the Pinole Valley Lady Spartans nothing.
1 hit, no errors, no runs. We'll go to top of 5. It's 2-0. Tam.
So a good game for the Lady Hawks here so far, Pat. I'm a little concerned. I'd like to see them get a little bit more runs, but it's nice that they didn't come out flat after that exhilarating win over Redwood. They did come out swinging the bats and aggressive, and Ava Lee is definitely locked in. But I'm a little concerned that it's 2-0 only.
Well, I think the bats are going to come alive here after Leah Gravelin's at bat. She wore that pitcher down. I think she hit 7 foul balls.
At least I think it was 11 pitches. A very impressive at bat for Leah for sure. It's not easy to hang your hat on a strikeout, but sometimes you have to.
Our camera's slowly been migrating to left field with every foul ball that hits it. So
Yeah.
I might need to make an adjustment.
Pardon me?
Hitting for Pinole Valley, number 24, Bally Watkins.
So back at the nest, Ava Lee wasting no time, pitching to Bally Watkins. Good fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. That ball grounded towards Clark, between Clark and Harris for a single for Watkins. So Pinole Valley with their leadoff hitter on to start the top of the 5th inning.
Hitting for Pinole Valley, Mariah Davidson.
That'll bring up the Pinole Valley third baseman, Mariah Davidson. Nobody out here and a runner on first base. Davidson pops that ball up in the air. Clark underneath it, squeezes it in foul territory. Davidson back to, Watkins back to first base on the play. Hitting for Pinole Valley, Alina Garcia. So in steps the flex player, Alina Garcia, hitting in the 9 spot. Lee comes in with a off-speed pitch, a little low for ball 1. A pitch swung at on a riser from Lee. Ball and a strike here to the number 10, 9 or 10 hitter, depending on how you look at it. Looking a little overmatched here against Ava Lee. That ball fouled straight back off the mask of Sasso. You'd never know it. Good off-speed pitch there from Ava Lee. Swung through by Garcia for the second out of the inning. Boy, was that a good pitch. Hitting for Pinole Valley, Ella Ornelas. So back to the top for Pinole Valley. This is Gabriella Ornelas, their second baseman, or right fielder, excuse me. That pitch smoked over to Pletcher. Kind of an in-between hop for Zoe, handcuffed her a little bit. A rare misplay there from Pletcher at short. Now hitting for Pinole Valley, pitcher Mackenzie Ortega. So a rare circumstance there where Pletcher mishandled the ball. She'll tell you she should have had. I think she thought that ball was hit harder than it was. And it took a bounce and handcuffed her a little bit, and she made an error on it. Pinole Valley now with runners at first and second with their number 2 hitter, pitcher Mackenzie Ortega at the plate. Lee threw a good fastball on the outside corner on the first pitch. Ortega fouled it back. It's quickly no balls and 1 strike here as Ava tries to put an end to a rally here from Pinole Valley. Good fastball there from Ava. Grounded through the right side. That'll bring the runner around to score the first run for Pinole Valley on a single from Ortega. Runners now at first and second as their number 3 hitter comes up, Ayla Serrano. Now hitting for the Lady Spartans, Ayla Serrano. So Pat, as I had mentioned, a little concerning, and the Lady Spartans, you got to think they were eventually due to break out. Came up and put some runners on base and got a timely hit there from their 2 hitter.
Well, they've certainly woken up the infield.
That ball's flied over behind into foul territory, chased by Cobb and Pletcher, a little out of the reach of Cobb. For strike 1, a really good pitch there from Ava Lee on the outside corner that Serrano went after. Pinole Valley coach Jason Tatro over to talk to his number 3 hitter. It's no balls and a strike here. That ball skied to right field, right towards Leah Groblin, who makes a basket catch on it to retire the side. Good play there by Leah. Good job by Ava Lee, who painted on the outside corner. Really good pitch to get a fly out there. Gigantic cheers coming from the boys' baseball field. I'm not so sure. There's only a few things right now that would make me happier. I would cheer for a swimming win over Redwood right now. But yeah, something got really loud over there. Maybe we got a Trey Sasso 2-run bomb onto Miller Avenue, or maybe an Eli Solom 2-run bomb to dead center field. Maybe Jackson Van Til turned on one to give the Hawks the lead. We can cheer for our guys over there while we wait for Pinole Valley to get loose here as we go to the top of our lineup, try and get this run back in the bottom of the 5th inning. Couple of hits, an error, and a run for the Lady Spartans. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 2-1, Lady Hawks. So Ortega getting her throws in. Catcher Phillips getting ready to throw it down. We're back to the top. Number 15, Annika Harris. So as I just mentioned, Hawks need to get that run back. No better way to start than have Harris get on, Pletcher get something going, and let Eden and Ava do their thing. Kudos to the pitcher here from Pinole Valley, who has stayed the course and has continued to battle. Gave up 2 runs early in the game and has shut the Lady Hawks down since. 5 hits on the board for the Hawks. Harris slaps that ball to dead center. Center fielder coming in on it. Makes a good play on a ball not too far behind second base. Harris swinging at the first pitch, and quickly there is an out here to the Lady Hawks in the bottom of the 5th. Now hitting for the Lady Hawks, senior captain, number 1, Zoe Pletcher. So Pletcher stepping in on the left side with an out here. Ortega on the bump. A ball way up and out of the zone, taken by Zoe for ball 1. Ball on the outside corner. Pletcher didn't like that call.
I didn't like it either, to be honest.
Yeah, it looked a little
outside.
Looked a little outside, too. Pat's got one of the best seats in the house. He's just off of home plate. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Zoe. Zoe swinging at a fastball in the outside corner. Ortega all day has been pitching away from the hitter.
Well, the catcher is framing the ball very nicely and bringing it back into the zone.
Yeah, she's good. Pletcher swings through that pitch on the outside corner from Ortega. Quickly retiring Zoe for the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up Eden Clark with nobody on. Hitting for the Lady Hawks, Eden Clark.
But the umpire has been calling those outside pitches on the corner.
Pretty much all day, right? Yeah. Again, Ortega trying to work the outside corner, and as Pat just mentioned, Phillips, the catcher, doing her best to frame those pitches. Eden laying off that fastball nicely. Eden, who hit the ball hard in her first trip. It's that ball way up in the air to the first baseman, who has a good bead on it and catches the ball. And the Hawks go down in order and easily here in the bottom of the 5th inning, as momentum has swung a little bit into the way of the Pinole Valley dugout as we go to the top of the 6th inning in a tight game here at the Nest. Lady Hawks 2, Pinole Valley Lady Spartans 1. Oh, back to the baseball game for a minute. That's the most cheering I've heard come out of that stadium ever.
I wonder what it was. I did not see a ball fly over the fence.
Right. Maybe one of those circumstances where you have like 4 hits,
32.
5 in for 32.
Chris, do you have a hit count?
In the 6th spot.
Do you have a hit count?
I have 3 for Pinole.
3 hits. What about for us?
What's that?
How many for us? Is it up there?
5.
Oh, you have it up there.
Hitting for Pinole Valley, catcher Avery Phillips. So Ava's done with her warm-up pitches. Catcher Avery Phillips stepping in here for the Lady Spartans. Top of the 6th inning, 2-1 Lady Hawks. Good fastball there from Ava Lee, swung at by Avery Phillips, fouled straight back. It's quickly no balls and a strike to the catcher. Ooh, really good fastball, busted Avery on the hands. Good pitch there from Ava Lee. Fouled at the plate, squeezed by Sasso. No balls and 2 strikes to Avery Phillips here. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 6th inning, 2-1 Lady Hawks. Lee trying to get Phillips to swing at something, throws a wild fastball that glides up and over Sasso's head. That's what I love about Lee. 2 strikes, she'll throw a ball completely out of the zone, see if she can get someone to swing at it. Good pitch, down and away, just missed. Trying to paint. Phillips disciplined. Laid off that pitch with 2 strikes. That's a pitch she could have easily swung at. Ava threw that ball in the inside corner. Phillips had a big cut at it, fouled it straight back. Good battle ensuing here between the Lady Spartan catcher and Lady Hawk pitcher Ava Lee. 2-2. Lee trying to paint on the inside corner, took a little bit off that, kept the ball down. Phillips watched it go, stayed inside. The count is now full. Ooh, good fastball, tipped at the plate and squeezed by Sasso for the first out of the inning. A huge out there for the Lady Hawks.
Great work back there, Krista.
Hitting now for Pinole Valley, Katie Gonzalez. So that is a huge out there. That ball was fouled by Phillips. Sasso held on to it. Next pitch from Ava Lee on the outside corner. Sasso frames it nicely for strike 1. So one of Pinole Valley's best hitters there comes up, and Ava surrenders her via the strikeout. That pitch on the inside corner, good curveball there from Ava Lee, freezes Gonzalez, who watches it go by. No balls and 2 strikes. Ava getting locked in, foot on the bump, no hesitation, the sign from Sasso, and here we go. That ball skied straight up in the air. Who's going to get it? Cobb's underneath it. Third baseman comes in and secures it. Lee looked at her to make sure she had it. Elisa wasting no time coming down the line, fields the ball easily for the 2nd out of the inning. Entering the game to hit, Serena Castro. So the first sub of the game in for the Lady Spartans. Castro coming off the bench to hit for Jalissa Elliott. Takes a look at a fastball. Guess where? On the inside corner from Ava Lee. Quickly, no balls and a strike to Castro as Lee wastes no time putting her foot on the bump. Fastball on the outside corner this time, fouled again into the glove of Sasso, wasting no time getting the ball back to her pitcher. It's quickly no balls and 2 strikes here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Good pitch there. Lee goes to her strikeout pitch, throws a curveball on the outside corner, swung through by Castro to end the top of the 6th inning. We'll move to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's still 2-1 Lady Hawks. And boy, Ava Lee stepped up there, didn't she, Pat? Once she got Phillips, it was put the foot on the gas. 6 pitches later, we're in the dugout.
Yeah, she really pitched a great inning.
Man.
Let's hope she keeps it going into the 7th inning here.
3 more outs. I'd like to get some insurance here if we could. Good. That's me. That's me talking to executive producer Pat Terry. Our camera mounted to the fence right behind home plate, and with all the foul balls we've had, the camera's been on the move.
32 is re-entering.
I give it up to Pinole Valley and the music they're providing. That's something called Jamiroquai playing. So here we are at the Nest, locked in another tight, low-scoring game. Ortega, the Pinole Valley pitcher, finishing up her warm-up pitches. Catcher Avery Phillips throwing it down. Hitting for your Lady Hawks, pitcher Ava Lee. So no better opportunity here for Ava to step up and in, leading off the inning. Ava with a couple of stand-up doubles today, one of them of the ground rule variety, both of them nuclear weapons down the left field line. She'll hit in the 4 spot as Ortega steps in here in a 2-1 game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lee with a big cut, fouls that ball into outie alley. Bullets dodged quickly, no balls and a strike to Lee, who is swinging the bat violently today. Looks at that off-speed pitch on the outside corner. Locked in, 1 ball and 1 strike to junior Ava Lee. Pitch on the outside corner. Good pitch there from Ortega. Lead in like it, a ball and 2 strikes. Ava takes that pitch, fouls it way up in the air, down the right field line. Fighting off that pitch. Let's just say this girl's fun to watch.
I want to see her just connect with one and put it over the left field fence.
Thank you. Ball in the outside corner, lead in like it, looked at it for strike 3 in the first out of the inning. Now hitting for the Lady Hawks, Elisa Cobb.
I was surprised Ava held back on that one.
Yeah, you got to think that ball might have been a little out. You don't see her look at a pitch in the strike zone very often. So that'll bring up Cobb with one out here in the bottom of the 6th. Cobb quickly grounds that ball towards the third baseman, fielded by the shortstop, who throws it over to first base, and it falls out of her glove. I think Elisa might have beat that out anyways. I don't know, but we'll take it. A base runner in Cobb with one out here. Hazel Walsh coming to the plate.
Hitting for the Hawks, Hazel Walsh.
So Cobb getting something going there, being a runner at first base. Hazel up, as I've been mentioning, getting good at-bats, and Dew had a hit in her last at-bat, hit a line drive to right center field. Lays off a fastball up in the zone. Big lead there from Cobb as she retreats back to first base. 1 ball and no strikes to Hazel as Ortega continues to do yard work in the front part of the circle. Hazel took kind of a half cut at that pitch, handcuffed her on the inside pitch, dribbled it down the right field line into foul territory. Little breeze is picked up. The temperature's going down to about 3 degrees a minute right now. Fastball up in the zone. Ortega trying to get Walsh to swing at it. Hazel does a good job laying off that fastball. Gets ahead in the count. 2 balls and a strike. Hazel, big cut at a fastball up in the zone. Fouls it straight back. It's now 2-2 to the senior center fielder. Our friends from the Great White North have visited us again. One of them standing in fair territory down the right field foul line. You better hope the legendary coach Don Smith doesn't see that. Hazel hits a ball up in the air over behind third base that is fielded nicely by the third baseman. That was a heck of a grab. I'll give a quick shout out there to Mariah Davidson, who made a tough play.
Hitting for the Lady Hawks, number 19, Leah Grovlin.
So in steps Grovlin here with 2 outs. Cobb still over at first base. The ball's out in front of plate. Phillips comes out to catcher, throws it down to first base. It gets away. Grovlin on her way to second. Cobb over to third base. So Leah again making something happen, puts the ball in the dirt out in front of first base. Phillips, the very good catcher for the Lady Spartans, came up, threw the ball over to first base, threw it a little bit inside, handcuffed the first baseman, and the ball squirted away.
Now hitting for the Lady Hawks, Krista Sasso.
So with 2 outs, the Hawks got runners in 2 runners in scoring position here. And here comes Sasso. Fastball in the outside corner. Good pitch there from Ortega at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. That's Leah Grovlin over at second. Elisa Cobb at third. Boy, the Hawks could use an insurance run here, folks. Inside corner, Phillips trying to frame that pitch for her pitcher, Ortega. Umpire not having it. Sasso lets it go. It knots the count at a ball and a strike. Sasso swinging hard at a pitch up in the zone. Rips it foul down the right field line. That ball was above the letters, but Krista took a look at it and took a rip. Quickly a ball and 2 strikes to the Lady Hawk senior catcher, Krista Sasso. I'd look for Ortega to get to the outside corner here. Right. Down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good job by Sasso to lay off that pitch. Sasso with a big cut on a fastball in the inside corner. Swung through for strike 3. Ortega gets out of it with no runs. We'll go to the top of the 7th. 2-1, Lady Hawks.
Couple base runners, maybe an error, no runs. We'll go to the top of the 7th. It's Lady Hawks 2, Lady Spartans 1.
So, Lady Hawks had a chance to get a run on the board. Had 2 runners in scoring position. Couldn't push across a run. I guess if you're going to find yourself in a tight spot and it means you have to put the ball in Ava Lee's hands to get you home, you're going to take it.
Well, let's see if she can hold on here. What position in the order is coming up?
I do believe it's going to be the leadoff hitter.
Okay, so a tough task ahead here to keep Pinole Valley off the board.
Yeah, I think it's either 1-2-3 or 2-3-4. Krista Sasso getting dressed as fast as any catcher I've ever seen who made the 3rd out in an inning.
48 hit for 13 for the 9th spot. 48 for 13 in the 9th spot. This is it right here.
This is it, final inning. Yeah, unless they tie. No, we keep going. Yeah, we get the last bat.
When I was brought up, it was called it last.
Hitting for Pinole Valley, number 24, Valley Watkins.
So contrary to what Pat and I were saying, this is the 7-hitter in. Takes a cut at a fastball from Ava Lee. So yeah, Pat, the 7-hitter. I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh, well, good.
Yes.
This is a good thing.
That's a good thing for sure. Ava Lee wasting no time. First pitch in for strike. Second pitch fastball in. A little late from Valley Watkins. Fouled into the dirt. Quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Valley Watkins. Ava Lee not wasting any time. Throws the curveball, ball skied in the air. It looks like Walsh is underneath it and is. Quickly retires the first hitter of the inning. Hitting for Pinole Valley, number 17, Mariah Davidson. So good job there by Lee, letting her defense play behind her. Threw a good curveball there that was skied up to Hazel, who made the easy play in center as usual. Good fastball there from Ava Lee that rose to the top of the zone. Probably a riser with a lot of velocity on it. Swung through by Mariah Davis for strike 1. Lee foot back on the bump. Same pitch maybe. Brought down just a little bit. Quickly no balls and 2 strikes to the third baseman, Mariah Davidson. There's the curveball from Lee. Swung through by Davidson. 1 pitch, 2 pitch, 3 pitch out. 2 outs here. Into the game to hit Linda Laus. Lee. Curveball on the first pitch on the inside corner. How's that for coming? Why don't you come into the game and pinch hit and have to look at an Ava Lee curveball to get started? That pitch swung through by Laus. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes here with 2 outs. Ava not wasting any time here, looking to slam the door on the Lady Spartans. Pitch on the inside corner, looked at by Laus. Ava Lee comes in and goes 1, 2, 3 on 11 pitches to retire the Lady Spartans from Pinole Valley. So again, The Lady Hawks come to the nest and leave the nest undefeated as they play their last non-conference game of the season. They'll go to San Rafael on Monday before they come back home for the remainder of their conference schedule here at the Nest. Momentum is on the side of the Lady Hawks. A great game by Ava Lee, who throws a 3-hitter, wins the game 2-1. 2 doubles for Ava Lee, a hit for Hazel Walsh, a hit for a hit for Groveland, and a hit for Delphine McGrain. Probably 1 or 2 more, but a real good game, Pat. Again, thanks. You got any parting takes before we get out of here?
No, just a great game out here at the Hawk Nest once again.
Yeah, thank you again for the production. We appreciate it. We'll look forward to seeing everybody here next week. I don't think we're taking the game on the road to San Rafael, are we?
Well, we've had some technical difficulties when we've gone on the road, so we'll see.
I think ultimately, we won't make you're the executive, so we won't make the decision now, but I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Might be nice for you and I to sit next to each other and actually watch a game too when we go to San Rafael. I'm hoping everybody is there for San Rafael, that we get Tamara on the hill and we get Squirrel, Sophia Everett behind the plate, get a full roster there. It'd be nice to see that game. We beat them 1-0 last time with their best pitchers. So hopefully the Hawks can keep it going. We thank everybody for watching and listening today, and we'll be back next week. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.